death and resurrection of Jesus. We celebrate that resurrection on Easter. Then we come to the Feast of Pentecost, where the Holy Spirit pours itself upon a church, and we're all inflamed and empowered to become apostles of the Lord. And then we have that long season through the summer and the early fall, where it's a season of a sense of adoration and prayer, where we look at the ministry of Jesus and what he did and how he healed and related to people. And sometimes we relate to us in the same way. And then we come to the end, again, the last Sunday of Pentecost, or after Pentecost, where we acknowledge Christ as King and all that implies. So we are involved in beginnings and endings and beginnings and going around and around. We go through lots of transitions. And so this week I'm here to celebrate another transition in my life and my ministry. And I'm going to wax a bit personal here because a few dates that I looked up and reminded myself of. One was Saturday, October the 1st in 1994, which is actually the first time I came into Grace Church. It was the last stop on the Bishop's dog and pony show in those days. The four of us were candidates for bishop. And a week later, or a couple of weeks later, the election, which went 5 ballots, and I let Bishop Strickland win. One vote in the 5th ballot. And it was a good thing. But I remember walking in here that day and looking around, and Kathy and I were looking at the buildings and the grounds and the gardens. We talked to some of the people, and she leaned in close and said, you know, I think being rector here is probably better than being bishop. And now that I've been both, I can't say that she was wrong. It's been a good time, and it's been a good 20 years altogether. I think I need to point out to people some of the oddities of the Episcopal Church. I'm not retired. Bishops do not retire. You don't quit being a bishop. You're a bishop forever. I will always have the authority to ordain and to confirm all those bishopy type things. The difference is now I have to get somebody else's permission to do it. And that will be symbolized in that if I'm ever here in the future to celebrate and preach, I will not carry my crosier. That is the symbol of the authority that's vested in the bishop in the diocese. As I work as the assisting bishop of Kansas, I do not carry it over there because I'm not the bishop of Kansas. In another week, I will not be the bishop diocesan, to be technical, of Western Kansas. I will be the assisting bishop, so you're not going to get rid of me that easy. As we go forward, I think it's times like this that we need to stop and reflect, maybe on what brought us here, where we came from, where we are, and where we plan to go. And sometimes it's good to stop and reflect on what our original calling was, not only as priests and bishops, but as laypersons. Why are you here? What has brought you to this point in your life? It's a question we often ask new candidates who think they want to be ordained. Tell us about your journey that brought you to this point in your life. Now, some of you have heard my journey story, my Damascus Road story, if you will. But sometimes I need to tell it because I need to hear it again, be reminded of why I'm here. And it goes way back into my early childhood. Not that I have visions of God or anything like that as a 5-year-old, but from my earliest days, I was going to be a doctor. And later on, I defined that. I was going to be a thoracic surgeon. I kind of even had a job doing that. And as dicky as that might sound, it's kind of interesting doing surgery on people, at least helping them up to a point. And that point came when one summer we operated on 2 young ladies, both in their 30s, both with a terminal cancer. And we cut them open and went inside not to remove any tumors or to extend their life. We simply went in there to clip nerves, which we did in those days, to relieve them of their pain. And the next day on grand rounds, it was difficult to go into those young ladies' rooms and say, we've abused your body again. You're not going to hurt, but you're still going to die in about 3 months. And as I God struck me down like he did Paul on the Damascus Road, and I jumped up and said, oh my God, I'm going to seminary. All I knew at that point was I wasn't sure I wanted to go on in medical school. And so I left that, and I looked around for something else to do. And I thought, well, maybe I'll follow my father's footsteps as a CPA. And I tried that and realized Uncle Gene's skipped generations. I still thank God for turtle tax every year. Tax time. But God did reveal to me finally what he wanted me to do, where he wanted me to go, and wanted me to go to seminary. But even that journey was a little bit confusing in the beginning. I originally called up and applied to the Shoda House in Wisconsin, and they turned me down. Now, I still remind the deans of the Shoda House when I run into there once in a while that they turned me down when I wanted to go to seminary. But they get this pained look on their face like, we turned down a future bishop. And I say, well, you turned me down because in those days you would not accept married students. You see from the Shoda House. The next year you could be married and go to the Shoda House, but you had to take all your meals in community with your classmates. I don't know what your spouse did, but that's the way it goes. So then, my second choice was Seabury Western in Chicago, and that was just a little bit outside of my economic opportunity level. But I was given an opportunity by Wild Bill Moody, who was my bishop in Lexington, to attend the seminary there. And he said, because you're a local, you come here, we'll send you for free. And the Episcopal Theological Seminary in Kentucky began in the 1840s, early 1850s to train men for the frontier, which in those days was St. Louis. And later on, it was resurrected to train men and women later for ministry in Appalachia, which is what it was doing when I went through it. But anyway, God called me to that, and that's where I went. And I felt ever since that call was to work among people in some way, and especially in parish settings, to be in a situation with people like this. Called to be among the people, to be present for the people, as St. Paul says, to be all things to all men and women. To be available, to be here when you need to be here in those stress times of your lives, to always be available. To be, as someone said, available to be disturbed. And that's what we did all those years. But what I've discovered, and what has shown me from my own Damascus Road experience, is that the one thing more we have to offer people, such as those young women we operated on, is that we have God to offer them. We have the risen Christ to offer them. We have a message of hope for people. And I'm a real prisoner of hope. As bad as today can be, I still believe tomorrow can be better. And some days I have a problem remembering that, but I always, at the end of the day, believe tomorrow has the potential to be better. It's when you work with people in the midst of their own pain and suffering, and when they think there's no end, there's no future, good for them to say, yes, there is. There is a future. You may not understand what it is, but there is something better waiting for you. Whether we talk about this in the midst of hospice care, with people who are dying, or in the midst of people in hospitals who are suffering, or people in the midst of home who are lonely, we say there is hope, there is always hope, and that comes to us in this ministry of the risen Christ. So, I need to be reminded from time to time of why I got into this. We get caught up sometimes in the job of being a rector, or being an administrator of a parish, and what goes on locally and in the diocese. And as bishop, you have to remember not to get all caught up in the affairs of the national church and the international church sometimes, although those can be immensely fascinating. It's to remember, though, that at the end of the day, we are called to bring a message of hope to the people who sit across the table from you, whether that table's in your office, or in the cafeteria, or in a homeless shelter, or in a hospice center. That is the something more we have to bring. That's what I think I've tried to bring all these years. Now, having said that, I want to thank you, albeit Kentucky, all y'all, I want to thank you for being part of a tremendous ministry for so many years, of allowing Kathy and I into your lives, hate to say this, when you get old, these are who our doctors are. But it's true. And so thank you for all these years of fun, all these years of stretching me at times and being stretched, of all those years of supporting and lifting us up, all those years that we've walked together in ministry and reaching forward in that time, living into that precious gift we have, which is called hope. And always living into the words of Jesus to John in the Revelation, behold, I make all things new. So we come to our transition points, but they're not endings, they are beginnings. The old may pass away, but behold, the new is here. We might not share what the new is, but as the black lady who used to lead Bible study years and years ago says, I may not know what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. And with that sort of hope, we can go forward in these transitions and to new tomorrows and next weeks and new next years and new ministries. It's been a great ride, my people. I'm not leaving. I won't be here next Sunday. I'll be in another place. I'll be here the Sunday after that because I'll be doing the Parsons. But Sunday after that, I'll be back there where Kathy is probably sitting, liar. And at least letting her poke me and remind me that, behave yourself in church. So thank you. It's been a great ministry. It will continue on. I'm confident that the leadership of Ted and